All right, how's it going? We are back here live tonight on Longest Solo Ever. I'm back from a couple weeks off because I had a gig running for the last couple weeks. I was playing an off-Broadway musical. That was a lot of fun. But we are back here to record some metal this week. I think we're going to have some fun with some kind of progressive metal sort of stuff. I don't know. I have no idea what we're going to do. Let's see where it goes. So I've got just one track here. I don't have my usual template because I wanted to kind of show you guys how I set up my Pro Tools sessions. So here, I'll start from scratch with this. Let's get rid of all these guys. So here's the Pro Tools new track window. And I want, I'm going to start with my drum track. So it's going to be a new stereo instrument. And I'm using keyboard shortcuts to set up each one of these so I can add more tracks or less tracks, make them stereo or mono, and change the type of track by different combinations of the arrow keys and holding or releasing the control button. Take a look at the Pro Tools manual if you haven't. For that kind of stuff, it's really handy for setting up these kind of things. So I want, let's say, 7 audio tracks just to get started with. A couple stereo instrument tracks, and then like 5 aux inputs, and a master fader. So I'll take you through what each of those is for as we name them. So here's all those tracks we just made. How's it going, Angelo? I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish at the moment, unless that's Portuguese, in which case I also don't speak Portuguese. But thank you for subscribing. I'm getting from that, hopefully. So this is going to be our drums. And that'll be the MIDI for the drums. You'll see what we're doing with that in a moment as we get further along in this. We're going to split that out into individual tracks so we can mix those separately as we play with this. I'm going to have a bass track, rhythm guitar 1, and we're going to actually split these up in a new way I've been working on. So we'll have rhythm guitar 1, which is double tracked. How's it going, Matt? And rhythm guitar 2, which is also double tracked. Oops, RG2A and RG2B. And I'll show you what I'm doing with that shortly. And then we'll probably have a couple lead guitars, though I haven't really decided. I don't know. I have no idea where this is going to go. We'll use these instrument tracks for something later. And these aux tracks, these are going to be our buses. So I'm going to have one that's all the drum tracks, which we're going to have a few of later. All the bass tracks, which we might have a couple. All the rhythm guitar, all the lead guitar, and all the keyboard. Now we're going to route all of that as well. Let me hide that because we don't need it. The drum MIDI is going to go right to our drum, not to itself, to our drum track. The bass, we're going to route right to our bass aux track. All 4 of these guitar parts going right to our rhythm guitar track. And our lead guitar tracks are going to our lead. Oh, and these keyboards as well, which I haven't decided what they are. Probably some kind of piano or synth pad or something. I don't know. So, let's do a little bit of color coding. Which you wouldn't think would be that helpful because I'm really, really colorblind. But I can see enough of the difference in these to help me kind of tell these parts apart. Oh, I hate that color. Okay, there we go. Okay, just to kind of help me tell these instrument groups apart. And now let's, that sounded terrible. Let's get all of these recording my guitar input, which is currently in input 3 on my interface. Cool. That's working. And real quick, I'm going to set up my go-to drum sampler. Hang on, I'm just going to make the chat bigger because I literally can't see it at all. How's it going, axlol semicolon V? Not sure how to say that one. How's it going, axlol? Thanks for stopping by. Here is Stephen Slate. This is my go-to drum sampler, and we're going to start with the... let's try something different today. I'm going to do the... What's Metal Hybrid sound like? I kind of like that to get started. And we're going to drop this room track a little bit. Nice, a little bit drier sound. I'm probably going to pull those toms down too because they're crazy loud. Okay, so I had this kind of little riff kind of bouncing around in my head. Let's see. I'm going to try composing this really slowly, and then we'll speed it up as I kind of learn my own riff. Oh, and we need a click track finally. That wasn't terrible. This guitar could come in a lot louder, I think. It's coming in really quietly. This is what I'm tracking through. This is the built-in DSP on the Discrete. I really like the sound of it. It's not my absolute favorite amp simulator. Right now that's the Joey Sturgis Toneforge Jason Richardson amp sim, which I'll be using later on here. But for now, just for tracking, it's really great because it's zero latency and doesn't, you know, weigh on my processor at all. It's great. That wasn't terrible. Let me see if I can double that up. Exactly the same on the other side. Let me pan these before I even do that. If you watched last week's mixing video that I posted on Sunday, you know I love to pan my guitars hard left and right, especially when they're distorted. Here's what that sounds like. Messed up that ending. Cool. That was kind of cool. All right. So when I write music like this, really technical metal stuff, Not that that was really technical what I just did there, but any kind of complicated metal riffs, I tend to write them really slowly, of course, and then speed them up later. So I will learn this riff at full speed, but just while I'm writing, just to see if it's even an idea I like, I'm going to keep it at this low tempo. Probably eventually it'll end up somewhere like maybe here. I may add some more kind of fun, riffy lead stuff in there in the rhythm part as well. Let me throw some drums on that real quick. So I'm going to kind of break down my approach to drum programming really quickly here. Let's make sure we have our drum samples in place. Okay, cool. Man, those toms are just way too loud already. I'm going to drop those a lot. Okay. So the first and toughest part of drum programming is learning what MIDI notes make what sound. And the three we're going to worry about most are kick drum, which is C1, snare drum, which is D1, and hi-hat, which I want an open hi-hat for this, so I'm going to use A sharp one or B flat one right there. We're probably also going to use a crash cymbal, which is on E, E2 up there. So my first step, I kind of do it all at once now because I'm really comfortable programming drums, but my first mental step is to match the guitar part in the kick drum. So in the guitar part, I'm playing this, this rhythm here. Ba, 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 ba. We're just going to match that. Okay, so we're playing 16th notes there. So we'll have... Now we've matched the guitar part. Take a listen. And the last hit happens there, in that riff. Cool. These guitars are a little loud, so I'm going to pull down the rhythm guitar track over here. Especially while I'm trying to focus on the drums. Now, on top of this, you want to layer your snare part. Now, if you've ever listened closely to a drum set, or if you play any kind of drums, how's it going, Full Clay? Nice to have you here. If you've ever listened to any rock drums or anything, you know snare happens pretty much on what's called the backbeat. It's 2 and 4. It's that 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we can either throw that right on 2 and 4 here, and we get this. That sounds good right off the bat. I'm not going to mess with that. We have some other options, which I will definitely cover later, but that's going to be our starting point. And finally, we're going to throw just an open hi-hat on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we have that cool little kind of low 7th string. So now I'm matching the guitar part perfectly with all those hits and everything. I'm pretty sure I kind of did the same thing in the next measure. Let's see. Except I definitely didn't do the same thing here. Now, this part is different. This is a lead line that happens. It's in the rhythm guitar, but it's still this lead line that goes. So that I don't want to match on the kick drum. I don't want to Maybe sometimes I'd match it with a tom fill or something, but I want to keep it nice and simple. So we're just going to let that guitar part play by itself while the snare and hi-hat just keep rolling on. Here's how that sounds. Okay. I think the next part starts similarly as well. Ah, no, it doesn't. So I delayed it on this time. I waited till the of one E and to hit that chord. And I just kept that boom, boom, boom rhythm going for a few beats. Cool. Okay, here's where I'm going to switch it up a little bit with the snare. Matching our guitar part first. Now, here's one of the other snare options I was talking about. You can take it from being on 2 and 4 to just on 3, and that takes you to a halftime feel. So listen to how much slower this sounds. Even though we're playing the same tempo, listen to how much slower this measure sounds than this one. Because I waited until 3 for that snare to hit. It sounds like it's going half as fast. This is called halftime, when you take the snare down from hitting on 2 and 4 to just on 3. And of course, there are other options from there, but that's all we're going to cover right now. Let me merge these together. Okay. Now this is good, but I want a little more flavor in this, so I'm going to take this first hi-hat hit, and we're going to make that a crash instead. I'm going to add a couple more crashes in just for flavor. Cool. So this riff sounds super boring at this tempo, so we're going to take it up in tempo to what I'd kind of pictured as the final tempo. I'm just kind of tap tempoing out to kind of feel out the beat I hear. I think 140 sounds about right. Okay. So now let's retrack that riff at the real tempo, which will be so much easier to do now that we have actual drums. Give me 2 seconds to rehearse it. I just wrote it like 5 minutes ago. Ah. How's that second part go? I want to delay some of those hits. I'm going to get a little fancy with the snare drums here. I didn't like how that went. Never mind. No fancy. Okay, I think I follow what I just did. We'll see. I think I can definitely hit the first half. I may have to punch in the second. Oh, there we go. That second half was not good. Let me hear it real slow. So whoops. And how's that last bit go? Okay, I think I have it. I'd like a count in though, Pro Tools. Thank you. Yeah, if I could play it right though. I think that was mostly right. Let's throw in some more guitars, and we can bring our guitars back up now that we're tracking them again. That was really close. I want to do it again. Oh, really close. Which drum VST am I using? It is Steven Slate drums. I actually do know just enough Spanish to know what you said there. Yeah, I'm using Steven Slate drums. I think I have Steven Slate 4 Platinum, which I got for $99 when it was on sale. Or maybe that's just the normal price. I don't remember. Anyway, it comes with all these amazing kits, and there's some other really cool stuff we're going to do with it later where you can split it out and record the audio from it and have a lot of fun. Okay. I think I got it that time, right? I want to track a couple more guitar parts, and I'll show you where I'm going with this. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I want to do a harmony to this. So let's say... this part. I want to see what I can do with that. I can do a third harmony on top. So we have... and... Let's try that. I'm not going to be able to play that up to speed. Let me warm up with that at like 100. that was so close. How's it going, Marcus? From Sweden. Awesome. I have a cousin in Sweden who I just saw for the first time in like 10 years. She came over to visit. That was very exciting. Your country sounds lovely. I want to visit very soon. Yeah, Steve, no kidding. I don't know. I don't know if I love the third harmony. How's it going, Riffs and Records? From Spain. Awesome. That works up there. I'm going to try an octave harmony. Let's see how that's going. Okay, that kind of works. Whoops. There it is. You're way ahead of me, Marcus. You got the right idea. I think that sounds good. I like it. Why can't I? Okay, sorry. I can't see my neck right now. Not my neck. I can't see my guitar neck right now. I'll turn on the lights. I can see my messy studio in the background. So what fret is it actually on? It's on the 13th fret. Okay. Oh, come on, Pro Tools. I was jamming. Which preset in SSD is it? It is, I'm glad you like the song. Thank you so much. It is, I think we decided we liked Metal Hybrid. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Yeah, it's that one. But I pulled the mix down in the room a little bit. But like literally every kit in there is fantastic. I use the Rock Kit a lot and the CLA Hybrid. Although I find it's a little too punchy for my taste lately. I'm going for, I don't know, vaguely more natural sounding drums. Not that these sound super natural, but, or very natural, I mean. But it's the right idea. Okay, we're going to pan these not quite hard left and right, but just a bit. And I'm going to track one more part playing that same part we just played. Whoa, but I don't want to overwrite. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I like the preset I'm on now too. Thank you. All right. I think I can hit that at full speed actually. So let's do those one more time at full speed. Oh, I forgot about the second part I wrote. pretty good. I'm going to clean it up later. Forgot the first note. Cool. I'm going to throw a bass track on there real quick. There we go. I probably should have tuned that guitar before I started tracking. It was in a very different tuning for this week's cover. It was in... I keep most of my... Yeah, exactly. Writing on the fly can be messy. That's okay. Oh, yeah. Both of these guitars are in like a double drop tuning. I don't know how to explain it, but it's... So my normal 7-string tuning is standard E, A, D, G, B, E, and then an A on the bottom instead of a B. And I match my bass with that, tune down the B to an A. This is a 5-string. But for this song I'm doing this week, I also needed a drop D riff. I needed like a D pedal tone. So both the B and the E, the 6th and 7th strings, are tuned down a whole step. So it's A, D, G, B, E for this week's tuning. And you'll see why I needed it when I post the song. It's going to be fun. I was up at like 4 in the morning this morning writing the arrangement for it because it's such a good groove. Okay. Let's track some bass. I was watching some Periphery in the studio videos, and Nolly's Dingwall bass just sounds like the best thing ever. I just want to buy one, but they're like $3,000, so I can't buy one. I should probably pick the first note right. Let me learn this part before we play it. IA Eklund Freak Kitchen. I don't know them. I want to check them out now though. Devin Townsend, if you've checked him out, he plays in I think open B tuning, which I cannot get my head around, but it's so cool. And he obviously writes such amazing songs with it, so it must work somehow. I think I got it down. I can't decide if I want to play that riff or not. Okay, it sounds kind of cool on the bass. Yeah, we're going to play it. Okay. I want to play it again. That worked. Let's hear that bass part. Without the click. Drive me crazy. Oh, I forgot to solo save all these tracks. So soloed tracks will still play through them. Oh, that's not too bad. What's up, Victor? Hey, good to hear from you. I'm totally going to check out this Matthias. This IA Eklund guy. Yeah, I got to write that down. Very cool. Freak Kitchen. That sounds fun. All right, I like this bass tone. We're gonna have some quick fun with it. This is a plugin I really like called Decapitator, which with a name like that, you can imagine what it does. Actually, that's kind of gross. I don't like it. We're going to mix just a little bit of that in with the original signal. You know what? Never mind. I regret this immediately. Let's not mess with that sound at all. Here's the mix. And I want a sweet drum count off because that gets me totally pumped. Yes, it is good for warming things up a little bit. Like vocals adds really warm, mellow distortion. And I just want like a grittier, maybe I could use Isotope Trash. We'll play with that a little bit later. There's some fun stuff in there too. I really want to pick up FabFilter Saturn. I was watching a couple videos on that today. It just looks so sweet. But I just dropped a lot of money on drum gear, which I'm going to do a video on. I just reheaded my entire drum set. So I'll show you what that sounds like. It sounds really good. Easy Mix too. Yeah, I've been meaning to try that out. I love Easy Drummer. That was my first like real drum plugin before I got Superior Drummer and Steven Slate, which are my two main ones now. But Easy Drummer was always great too. Definitely can't go wrong with it. And Easy Mix, I'm sure, is fantastic as well. They have easy keys now too, I think. Everything's easy. How's it going, Zero Runner? Good to have you here. All right, can we do some real quick EQing? Because, boy, those guitars sound rough in this context. It's a good amp sound, but it's just not quite doing it for me. We're going to start with a high-pass filter. And you can immediately hear how much noise that just cut out. This low-end just rumble. So now that's not going to be fighting with the bass or the kick drum anymore. And real quick, I'm just going to set this up to loop these 8 bars for me. The guitar tone, it's the built-in amp simulator on my Discrete 8 audio interface. Which I think I did a little demo video of a couple weeks ago. Nothing like in-depth, but I did a demo video of the guitar tone on this. I think Heights, I called the song. It was just like a quick original tune. But it's a lot like the Universal Audio Apollo in that it has built-in effects. So right now I'm running like I guess this is a dual rectifier kind of simulator or a 5150 maybe. And it's this nice heavy tone. And so that's tracking with the effect on it. There's no like plugin running as I'm mixing this. That's only going on the way in. So my processor isn't dealing with this sound or anything. So that's all recorded. We will go back and retrack this dry later, probably, as I kind of finalize the song when I want to get a real sound. But as I'm sketching, it's nice to be able to throw a million guitar parts in and not have to worry about it eating up my processor and stuff. So real quick, I want to talk about this EQ move I just made. I heard this really harsh frequency I didn't like in the guitars. It's right around here. I can hear it. It's right at 2K. Here's what that sounds like boosted. This is that sound I'm trying to get rid of. It's just this gross high mid like hum. So here's how it sounds when I cut it. So here's before we EQ'd and after. Yes, the interface has a whole bunch of effects built in. It's here's the list of ones I got. It's got a basic EQ. Let's see if I can add these on yet. Here's just a basic, simple 5-band EQ, a really simple compressor, and a really straightforward gate. And then past that, they have a whole bunch of vintage EQ simulators. So, you know, like a Pultec kind of thing, the old passive program EQs, all kinds of stuff past that. This is really nice. Nice 1073 clone. I think these are like API sort of things. I don't recognize that one. Please call me out if you recognize one I don't recognize. That one looks cool. I don't know. I'm not like the biggest connoisseur of vintage audio gear. That's an SSL board. I know that. So I don't maybe appreciate this as much as some people might. But I do like that SSL EQ. I like that I have that. And then you have some nice vintage compressors. I have a 1176 here, which is like if you're going to get one compressor, get that. I feel really bad. I don't know what that is, but that looks important. The Impressor is a Distressor clone, which these are awesome. That's a great, great compressor. This is a Fairchild clone, which is a really cool plugin. What else would I recognize? Man, I don't know. Anyway, a lot of great plugins in here, mostly EQs and compressors. There is also a system-wide reverb you can apply. So if you're tracking a lead guitar, or it's great for working with vocalists who can't handle not hearing reverb when they're singing. So it makes them feel a lot better when they're singing. So I really like that EQ move I just made, and I think the guitars fit a whole lot better. I think we're going to leave that there. Let's see how that fits back in the mix. Nice. I just want to make a couple little moves on the bass as well. There's kind of this high at the top end of the lows. I was hearing a little bit of a ring there. Nothing crazy. Did I tweak a setting on the guitar cab by accident? Whoops. Anything really bad? I think it looks okay. Oh, it's doing that. Oh, no. I'm going to leave that at, oh, geez. Oh, geez. Okay, I think that's good, and I'm going to close it. I'm going to leave it. Thanks, Marcus. So we have a lot of mids in this bass that we can either use and get this really kind of cutting bass tone, or cut them out a little bit. And I kind of like the sound of it cut out a little bit, not because of how it sounds on its own, but how I know it's going to fit in with the guitars. Let's hear that with the guitars now. Cool. I think that's fitting a lot better. And the last thing I want to do is, I know the kick drum is just way too loud on this kit, so I'm going to pull it down a little. And okay, that still sounds okay, so I don't think I messed it up too bad. I hear another riff coming on. That's literally an Animals as Leaders song. It's Tooth and Claw. As long as I change it after that, it's not Tooth and Claw. I love animals as leaders, if you don't know. If you couldn't tell by my tapping in the middle of the Fire Emblem cover I did last week. How are the 4 guitar tracks currently panned? They are, the first 2 are hard left and right. Those are the ones playing the bottom riff. The, this one. And the second 2 are playing it an octave up. That's the only difference between them. So the bottom, the lower notes are playing, are panned hard left and right. Oops. The other 2 guitar parts, the second part, are panned about 45. So that's like halfway. And together that gives you a full, nice, even spread. Here's just to compare it with hard left and right all the way. It's a little subtle, but that's just further back in your ears. And I'd rather fill up that stereo spectrum the whole way. I like that just a little bit better. Cool. All right, so I wanna get that riff out before I forget it. That's kind of nice. We're going to drop the tempo again. Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, geez, my click isn't on. I had no idea what was going on. Yeah, there's definitely no like hard and fast rule, and I don't always do that for sure. I think on the Fire Emblem one, I did do hard left and right all the way for everything because it left a little more space in the middle for leads. This one, I'm not positive I have a lead yet, so I'm leaving it there for now. I may change my mind later. You did 3 guitar tracks for a long time? That's cool too. That's really cool. I think I have done that for sure. I can get a little obsessive about things being symmetrical though. And if something's in the middle, it feels a little imbalanced for me. Unless it's a lead part, then I'll put it up there. But 3 rhythm tracks, I haven't tried that. Or I have tried it and I didn't quite stick with it. That's cool though. That's kind of a cool chord. It's an F69. That's fun. I don't know if that's going anywhere. Let's try it out, though. I want to save that F for the last one. Do what you call a tail when you write and record on the fly. Just continue playing. Yeah, totally. I absolutely do that as well. When I'm doing this kind of really, I find I'm not as good at coming up with the kind of complicated ideas I'm trying to come up with when I do that. I'm just not as good at writing on the fly quite like that. I have to kind of visualize it first. That's cool though. I love hearing about people's like methods of writing and stuff. There's so many, there's infinite ways to approach this stuff. It's so cool. I want to go some. That's kind of cool. Actually, I want to keep that first bit and just. So what does that leave us with? I think that's what I was looking for. Yeah. And I'm gonna pull these out a little further because I have a fun idea. Thanks, Marcus. Yeah, this is totally, this is all just a sketch pad right now. None of this has to happen in this order. This may not even be like near the beginning of a song. Who knows? I want to tune this guitar. Something is amiss. That was it. Yeah, chord harmonies. That's fun. That's good, man. I wish I wrote songs more often. I'm going to kind of pivot this live stream from being writing pop stuff to more of this kind of thing because I really enjoy this. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to do more of that stuff. I have more to write. There's a second part to that. Thank you, Marcus. Was the first time. Yes, yes, Marcus, it will. Oops. That was kind of nice. Okay, let's see if I can make sense of what I just played. Yes, yeah, you're absolutely right. I would if this thing had a tube screamer, this effects box, but it does not. I do not have any tube screamers in here. I have a couple nice amp sims. Like I said, I'm using this one metal one, but when we go do my actual guitar tone, I'll walk you through how I set up my proper recording guitar tone, which is a mix of a couple things, but mostly a Joey Sturgis plugin, ToneForge. Let's see if I can actually play that again. First try. Oh, yeah. And now I kind of know what the second guitar is going to do. We'll see. That's kind of cool. This is a little untraditional for my design. ToneForge? Yeah, that's I think they are the same. Yeah, man, if you want to send those over, email address is dean@longestsoloever.com. I'd love to demo some of them on here next time. That'd be super cool. I don't think I'm going to use ToneForge today, though. We're just going to keep sketching songs. All right, let's bring that back up to speed. I'm not positive that last part works. It sounds really cool, but it's kind of inappropriate. I don't know. Let's throw some bass on. How's this go? Bring down the guitar section here. What I'm doing. I get to do a little fun stuff with the bass here because there's some space. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so we're going to do the chugs. Jeez, why did I make this so hard for myself? Yeah, like I said, that last part is dumb, but we'll keep it for a second. All right, I'm gonna get a little weird with the drums. I'll do probably less talking and more programming here. But if anybody has any questions, please feel free to let me know. Oh, one of my best purchases I ever made. This is a mouse by a company called Red Dragon. And, oh, hang on. I've clicked something. Here we go. See if I can lift this without clicking anything. This is a mouse by a company called Red Dragon. It's a really cool, really simple, it's like a gaming mouse. And it has all these buttons on the side. It's got 12 buttons on the side, each of which I've mapped to a specific key command in Pro Tools. So if you ever see me switching really quickly between tools like that, that's just my thumb on the side of my mouse popping between these. I have a button on the top that jumps me between edit and mix. And then I have a button on the side that drops me right into the MIDI editor. So right away, I have instant access to all that stuff. It's amazing. So that's a huge time saver. And even now, I don't even think about it when I'm editing, but I immediately have access to every tool I want. Yeah, so. So we're going to rip off Animals as Leaders here because this is one of my favorite drum grooves Matt Garska has ever played. pretty cool. Those toms are way too ringy. We're going to cut the decay on them. A lot. Not that much. That's much better. I'm not sure where that's going. Hang on. Okay, I see what happened. I thought I was starting a different phrase. Cut that. I don't know if I like that, but let's hear what we have so far. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm going to change that groove so it's not literally just an Animals as Leaders song a little bit. But it's so good. totally need to change that ending. That ending's going no matter what. We'll come back to that part probably. Let's write some other stuff. This can be kind of fun sometimes. I think I've played with this a couple times on the stream before, but always when we were trying to write something poppy. This is, let's go for some like atmospheric progressive metal stuff. This is a bunch of samples from old video game systems. So it's got a, let's see if I can get this loaded here. Yeah, so it's got a really authentic, you know, really nice NES kind of thing, you know, obviously. So you can have a lot of fun with that. And it's got all kinds of great sounds in there. I don't know what the actual chords for that are, but you know what I'm getting at. Let's play some of these. Well, that's cheesy and weird. About warm pads. So we've been playing in the key of E, I think, right? Oh, thank you so much, Marcus. I will grab those right after the stream. That's if I ever finish this song, Samuka Music. Tell you what, if I ever actually release this song, contact me. We'll work something out, okay? Which I hope I do release this song, but I'm not good at releasing songs. I don't actually have anything out. I don't think I've ever released any like original metal stuff, really. It's always been covers. I've released a lot of original electronic stuff, but never anything in this genre. The email address? It should have been dean@longestsoloever.com. I'm going to write an email to myself to make sure that's correct. That's DEAN@longestsoloever.com. Yep, that works. I tested it. Ah, yes. Longest solo ever, just like my username on here. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere super cool for me. Let's see what else we have. The Contact Factory library has some really cool stuff. But not that. Dude, thank you so much. I can't wait to try them out. Let's sketch this out over here because I have a feeling this is going to be a very different part of the song. Is there a story behind longest solo ever as a username? The story is I was like 14 and wanted to come up with a cool YouTube username. And it's been that ever since. I haven't come up with anything better. That seems to have stuck, so I don't know. That was all kind of solidified that was going to be my YouTube name forever. When my very first video got like 2 million views, I figured I should just stick with that because it seemed to work. And I've never changed it. Thank you, Marcus. It went kind of weird places. I accidentally modulated to the key of F. Let's see if I can narrate this chord progression as we go. So we started in E minor, because that's the key we were playing this song in up until that point. So E minor. Next we have just a nice, and these have like a bunch of sevenths and stuff on them, but that's mostly an E minor chord with a bunch of other junk in there. Then we have a C chord, down to A minor, and then F, which is a modulation. Back to A minor, B flat major 7, D minor, we're getting really weird here, and then back to F. So now by using some chords that don't seem too out of place, I mean there's a couple weird ones in there, but it's nothing that seems really obvious and drastic. I didn't do like a that kind of modulation or anything with a 5 of 5, if you know any music theory stuff. I didn't do anything too weird. I just played a couple cool sounding chords. And because there's so much going on with the extensions and stuff, all those sevenths and ninths, the ear doesn't really hear that you're kind of sneaking around to a different key. It's a lot of fun. Whoops. Okay. Okay, let's add some like cool echoey guitar parts to this. I think that's where these lead parts are going to come in handy. If you're wondering why I'm recording from a separate input, something really cool about the Discrete is it lets you change what is coming into each input in there. Oh, I'm totally going to go bananas with riffs, Marcus. Don't you worry. So I have preamp 1, which is what I'm plugged into on the actual unit, coming into both channel 1 here and channel 3 over here. And channel 3 has my guitar amp sim on it. Channel 1 has nothing. Totally dry, which is what we're going to record through for a second here, just to get some cool airy guitar tones. And ooh, this is a plugin I don't get to use too often. It's a plugin called Crystallizer, and it is, as that says, a granular echo synthesizer. I'm not 100% clear on what that means in the context of this plugin, but I know it sounds really cool. So it takes little snippets or granules of the sound and kind of throws those around in a delay. Let's find some, let's say echo. Let's just start with the basic echoes. 1 second Pong echo. That's really straightforward and boring. Well, hello from Brazil then. Tell you what then, when you make your movie, send me a message. And we'll get you that song, okay? Yeah, it can pitch shift, it can reverse the signal, do all kinds of crazy stuff. I used to play with this a lot more. I used it a lot in college. And then But I haven't really touched it since, to be honest. I think we're going to have fun with that in addition to some Echo Boy, which we're going to start with. This is my main go-to Echo, also by the same guys, Sound Toys. They make such amazing plugins. I think we've drifted back out of tune again. This poor guitar. This winter has been really hard on guitars. One of my students, her guitar has been like completely totaled by the winter, just from bowing of the neck, and now her bridge is starting to separate. I feel terrible. It is really cool, Marcus. It's amazing to know that like people from literally all over the world are just hanging out here tonight, hearing some music, hopefully something that sounds like music. All right, so we got Echo Boy. I'm going to bring Valhalla Vintage Reverb in here as well to join the party. This has a lot of different modes. I like Sanctuary on clean guitar. That's a nice sound. And now let's bring Crystallizer in. "5 degrees, man, that's terrible." We've got it a little warmer here. It was like that a couple weeks ago. We had some nice -degree weather, but we're sitting at a nice sunny. Well, it would be sunny if it wasn't dark outside. 51 degrees. I'm very happy. Your guitar is not happy to be moved around. Mine either, man. Yeah, and I've been carting this all over town because like I said, I was playing some off-Broadway musical stuff, plus I'm teaching, so it's going all over the place with me, outside, inside. It's terrible. All right, let's see if we can throw some guitar on this. Okay, and I don't need that crazy click right now. So I'm going to cut this click down to just a quarter note. Move to the States? Yeah, man. Come on over. It's something here. I want to come over to Sweden, man. I was hearing my cousin, like I said, describe it, and it sounds wonderful. All right, if I can remember the chords I played, let's see. Oh. C, A minor, and then F. What happened after that F chord? Does anybody remember? I went back to A minor, then up to B flat, right? Oh, it's major 7. Stockholm, that sounds nice, man. Boy, I wish I could remember how I played this. That was kind of nice. I think I liked how that turned out. I'm going to duplicate that whole effects chain on this this one as well. We're going to get a second guitar part going. I think I'm going to aim lower with this one. See if I can get my guitar in the frame. There we go. And I want to change up the pattern I'm doing, because for both of those, I was kind of doing a bum 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 ba thing. So I'm going to move to a 3/8 polyrhythm, I think. Let's see how that works out. See if I actually know what I'm talking about with that. That was nice. And I think we can get away with repeating back to E minor after that. Yeah. Here we go. This is getting cool. Oh boy, those were fun sounds. Ooh, what does the bass sound like on this track? That's really cool. I want to do a track just with bass doing that. That's cool. Yeah, I was really lucky enough to have a music teacher in high school who did a great job. We just had a small little music program at school, just a few kids in band, but he did a really good job of introducing music theory to me at a very young age. Yeah, I do want to throw some sick riffs over top of this. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. The notes I begin each melody over. Yeah, I was kind of just picking random notes, to be entirely honest. I'll probably go back over that and pick some proper notes, but as far as sketching stuff out, I kind of got the vibe I was looking for, I think. So I'm going to slow things down once more. And track some riffs over top of it. Dude, you got guitar lessons from... Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. Arch Enemy was like one of my favorite bands growing up. I still love them. They're incredible. Man, totally like freaking one of my favorite riffs I ever learned is the... Man, that's been a very long time since I played that. Nemesis, Arch Enemy. I can't really play it now, as you can see. Awesome. That's amazing, man. F there afterward. Add some octave runs in the middle. Yeah, totally. That's exactly what I like have in mind that I can't make come out of my fingers right now. I'm going to slow it down even more. I'm playing faster than I can think. Good. Yeah, if I go lower, yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. From at this third chord? I need to switch that click back. Ah. Let's see if that's even going in a good direction before I go any further with that. Yeah, I want to finish that idea. Yeah, you're right, Marcus. Oh, jeez. Sorry, just to show you what I'm doing there. A right-hand slide. What is the guitar model? This is a Carvin TL70H. That's TL70H. I don't think they make it anymore. It was one of the last ones they made when they were still called Carvin before they were called Kiesel. So this is a relic now, man. I got this probably about 3 years ago. I'm definitely having Kiesel build me another one. I love this guitar so much. Sorry, you can't see it with the computer reflection there. It's basically a Telecaster. It's like a 7-string Tele body with 2 humbuckers. And the build I had done, they're all custom. It's bird's eye maple for the headstock, a zebra wood for the fretboard, and alder body. It was not as expensive as you'd expect for a custom-made American guitar. It was between $1,000 and $2,000. Yeah, Stevie T plays Kiesel. Yep. Okay, that sounds like the kind of guitar part I'm happy leaving there for a second. Let's put some drums on that, and I'm going to ditch these drums I wrote earlier. Jim Root, yeah, right? I still think it's so funny. He plays that's a real Fender Telecaster, isn't he? He plays an actual Fender. I mean, I can't argue with him. Slipknot's amazing and huge. So I certainly can't tell him what to do. But yeah, I love my Carvin. I have an American Fender Telecaster as well, and I play the Carvin 90% of the time. I actually don't find this tedious. I love programming drums like more than just about any other aspect of the like I love tracking guitars a lot and mixing, of course, but like programming drums is one of my favorite things to do because it lets me be like the drummer I've always wanted to be. It lets me do all the things I can't actually play on the drums too well. Not because they're impossible, just because I haven't practiced them. But it lets me be like the super powered drummer I've always wanted to be. Thanks, Marcus. Keep misclicking there. Starting with drums prior to guitar, tend to play in time with the machine. Working drum parts, they're actually playable for drummers. Yeah, I don't have a real method to my madness. You saw here I started with guitar. Sometimes I'll start with drums and I'll write a guitar part to the drum part. It all depends on the song. Just like sometimes not that I write lyrics much anymore, but sometimes I would, you start a song with the lyrics first, or you start with the melody first, or with the guitar first. It can really start anywhere that idea starts to work its way in. You start there and you spread out from there. So let's see what we have there. Not FL Studio. I don't use FL Studio. I have no problem with it, but I have never used it. All right, so here's coming through that section. And let's make ourselves feel really good about this and throw some ozone on here, and it'll sound really cool. Oh, I need to finish up that drum part or I'm not going to feel happy. Okay. Oh, you started on... I see. I misunderstood you. I'm sorry, Marcus. So you started playing drums and then switched to guitar. I had the same story, but it happened much faster. It happened over the course of like 2 years. I've been playing drums longer than I've been playing guitar. I started drums at, I think, 11, and then guitar at like 12 and a half. But I played a lot of drums in that first year, and I had a couple really great teachers. Yes, drumming absolutely helps your guitar playing so much. I tell all my guitar students that, and I have a couple who have actually picked up drums because of it, and their guitar playing has gotten so much better because of that as well. So yeah, playing drums makes you such a better guitarist, and vice versa. I think it feeds both ways a little bit. Very cool, Marcus. What was I going to do? Oh. Let's see if kicks here works. I had that notion as well. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it works. Thanks. Yeah, I love those kick drums. I was about 50-50 on that, but that worked. What's the last note here? Probably that. That came out really cool. I like that. All right. I think that's all we have for tonight. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me give you a quick playthrough of what we've got so far. Here's the riffs we came up with at the very beginning. We cut that last guitar part out because it was dumb. And then we had some cool leads here. You know what? I want to add really, really super quick. Some like cool electronic drums there. What does this sound like? That's kind of silly. What else we got? It's just an 808. What's this? It's horrible. What about not in analog kits? Yes, I absolutely obsess about a project until it's done. None of these are going where I want them to. How's it going, Tyler? Thank you so much. That means a lot. Yeah, man, Sonic game soundtracks are the absolute best. That's too hip-hop. I just want, like, I don't know, something. What's this? Yeah, I guess I'll go with the analog. That first one was somehow the best. The cello really is a beautiful instrument. I want to learn it sometime. But I got no time to. Someday. That wasn't too bad. Am I on iTunes and Spotify? I'm under Longest Solo Ever on both of them. It has most of my covers on there, the ones I can post at least. Some of them, due to some licensing stuff, I can't post on iTunes and Spotify, but you can always get them on my Patreon. Just about everything is available on there, and the ones that aren't will be on there very soon. Some of the older MP3s aren't up. So yeah, Patreon is usually the best way to get that stuff. You could just pledge $1 a month, and you get literally all the MP3s I've ever done. Okay, so I think we're going to leave that there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everybody who hung out tonight, Marcus, Tyler, at the very end. That was awesome to have everybody there. Who else do we have today? Let me scroll through here. See if I can give everybody a shout out. We got Angelo and Matt at the very beginning, and Axelol, Full Clay, Riffs and Records. Steve, None Your Business, chimed in for a moment. Good to hear from you. Who else do we have in here? Zero Runner, of course. Was on the live stream pretty often. Johnny Z. King. Samuka Music. And Tyler Biggs. And of course, Marcus Manor hanging out all night. Thank you guys so much. I will definitely check out the IRs you sent me. Awesome. And you publish via Lander. Nice. I haven't tried out Lander yet. It seems like a really cool service. I don't know. I get really obsessive about mastering my own stuff, so I probably wouldn't use it, but it seems pretty cool. Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. I had a blast, and this track came out really cool. We're definitely going to keep working on this, either next time or, I don't know, at some point, for sure. All right. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you next week.